Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week we sit down with Linda Zetchiri as Bulgaria's top women's singles player tells us how having her sister by her side has helped her badminton career. And we speak to the players and coaches from Uzbekistan to find out more about badminton in their country. In the demanding world of competitive sport, the support of family, friends and coaches plays an important role in a professional athlete's career. Their loyal backing encourages, motivates and inspires the player to go further, aim higher and think bigger. This is the case with Linda Zetchiri, Bulgaria's top women's singles player. Managed by elder sister Gemma for over a decade, the 30-year-old cannot imagine her badminton journey without her sibling.
The gladness, the joy and the happiness that you have part of your family, that you have your sister next to you. It's like everywhere you go, you're feeling like you're at home, and that makes the huge difference. No matter what happens.
That when you're manager and sister, you have something like two jobs. You must manage her, her training, her badminton part, but as a sister, I must manage her physical and mental part.
Taking up a sport at a young age came naturally to the sisters, as both their parents played badminton recreationally. But it was Linda who wanted to take her interest one step further. In a bid to hone her skills, a 15-year-old Linda accepted an invitation by a Danish coach to pursue her badminton ambitions outside of Bulgaria.
Well, the first year actually I was part of a club in Denmark. I was invited from one of the coaches in that club. It's called Gentofte, and thanks to Debbie Lunch, I was invited to join the club, and I stayed there for one season. I played a lot more badminton than I used to do at home, so it's a huge step. But when you are chasing your dreams, then it's just a way that you can reach them, and yeah, that was my way.
The time in Denmark helped the Bulgarian teenager to develop her badminton, and she began to see results. In 2005, Linda took home the bronze medal at the European Junior Championships, and she also performed strongly in international tournaments, winning titles in the Czech Republic and Iran.
In Denmark, I have learned a lot of new ways and perspectives to see the games and that has helped me a lot in my development when I was young. So, of course, the technical part and, of course, tactically, strategically.
But Linda's fledgling career took a setback a year later. The then 19-year-old suffered a serious injury to her knee, which almost ended her career. Returning to Bulgaria after undergoing surgery, the left-hander took 2 years to recuperate. It was a testing time, but with the support of Gemma, Linda got through the difficult period and came out stronger.
When you have to struggle to build yourself up again from the bottom, from zero, because this accident and what happened to my knee eventually took me a long time until actually I get out of this situation. So during this time I have developed a lot because I saw different approaches, how to train and how to do things, and how to make many things more correct, which otherwise I don't think I would push and I would need to think about if nothing really has happened. So it has made me a much better player and person at the same time.
Linda's new outlook had a positive effect on her badminton, and she marked her comeback to the international circuit by winning the Slovenian International in 2008. More titles followed on the European circuit the next few years, and in 2012, Linda clinched the bronze medal at the European Championships. She also played an integral role in helping Bulgaria medal at the European Women's Team Championships, bronze in the 2014 and silver last year. But her most memorable experience would be the recent Rio 2016 Olympics, in which Linda put in a remarkable display. The Bulgarian defeated the 11th seed Kirsty Gilmore of Great Britain to claim top position in the group.
We prepare for every match, before every match, very with details and very professional. So I must be there. I must support her.
You know, knowing that when I saw the draw, I saw that I have a pretty good chances to get through. But anyway, the challenge is so big. Going there and everyone expecting you to do well, it's really tough. But I knew, I believed that I can beat both players, and I was absolutely ready. I built it up my training 6 months before, so I knew I could do that, and I just went, and I was really brave to play my game, and I was really ready, let's say, in every way, because again, my sister was there. I shared this moment with her. That was the best time for me.
Although she bowed out in the first knockout stage, the positive performance in Rio has encouraged Linda to continue to push on. The Bulgarian shuttler reached a career high of 21 in April this year, before a dip in form saw her slide 20 places down the world rankings. But Linda is not disheartened, as she knows that with her sister by her side, she'll be able to pick up again.
She's here for me to do my best, and eventually we will finish the day in the best way that we can. So if I win, of course, that's we are celebrating together. But even if I lose, then we are making an analysis, and we are thinking what could we do better.
Together they aim for bigger goals as they aspire to reach higher honours in the sport. The inspiration and encouragement the sisters draw from each other will always be Linda Zetchiri's strength.
Linda, I wish you, and I think that you will be not only very good and best player, but I wish you to catch all your dreams.
As a manager, I'd like to tell her that we are more motivated than ever to achieve more, and to work even harder, and to never ever give up, and we will for sure aim for a lot more, because we are hungry for more, and we really want more. And for a sister, what to say? I just love her so much.
Time to test your badminton knowledge. In this week's trivia, we want you to name the first Japanese player to win at the Korea Open. We're off to a break, so have a think, and we'll reveal the answer when we return. After the break, we find out about badminton in Uzbekistan as we learn more about their plans to grow the sport in the country. With digital innovations, shuttle time is now more fun, engaging and accessible than ever. So get connected to BWF's Badminton Schools program. Find out more about BWF's grassroots initiatives on these platforms. Download the app, visit the website and get active on Facebook. Your gateway to shuttle time has never been so easy. Before the break, we asked you to name the first Japanese player to win at the Korea Open. The answer is Akane Yamaguchi. She became the first Japanese player to win at the Korea Open since its inception in 1991. At last year's Victor Korea Open, at the age of just 19 years old, Yamaguchi etched Japan's name in the history books when she defeated home favourite Sung Ji-hyun in 3 games. It was Japan's first gold in any discipline at the tournament. It was also Akane's first Super Series crown in 3 years after emerging victorious at the Japan Open in 2013. Last month, we brought you exciting scenes from the 20th edition of the Badminton Asia Junior Championships. Held in Jakarta, Indonesia this year, the annual tournament had attracted 23 countries from the region, and Badminton Unlimited took the opportunity to learn more about badminton in Uzbekistan. The Central Asian nation may not be in the same bracket as the traditional powerhouses, but reputations did little to hamper the enthusiasm of their players.
I want to show all Asia what Uzbekistan players represent. And I will show my 100% in this tournament to Asian players believe in Uzbekistan also have good players.
This is my first time participating and I'm enjoying it. I like how everything is organized and the high quality of players here. It's great to be here.
At the tournament, the Uzbekistan contingent consisted of only 4 players, participating in both the team and individual competitions. Their numbers may be modest, but for a country which only formed its badminton governing body 6 years ago, fielding a competitive group of players in Jakarta was a promising start.
One of the existing and developing sports in Uzbekistan is badminton. It is still a young sport. In 2011, the Uzbekistan Badminton Federation was established, and as a result, the national team was formed alongside it. The oldest players are 27 years old, while the youngest players are 13 years of age.
The Uzbekistan Badminton Federation has since laid the groundwork to develop the sport across the nation. With a population of over 30 million people, the administrators have made encouraging progress in growing the numbers.
In Uzbekistan, we have 14 regions. So during local tournaments, all the players from these 14 states represent their teams. In each of these regions and states, there is a head coach who is responsible for the preparation of the team. So we work with them. At this point of time, there are 13 to 14 coaches who are responsible for the work in their respective regions. Altogether, there are 67 players in the national team, 16 of which are in the senior team, as well as a small reserve squad. Then there are players up to 19 years old, which has 14 players, and again, there's a small reserve squad.
But as with any badminton nation in its infancy, there are challenges. Among the biggest obstacles facing the Uzbekistan national team is a lack of proper equipment, as well as raising the level of badminton in its ranks.
Our problem in the country is that we do not have the sport set up in the highest standards. Players in Uzbekistan have to play with plastic shuttlecocks. Even sometimes, members of the national team do not get a chance to train with feather shuttlecocks. Because at this point, there are just not enough of them. There is a shortage of good shuttlecocks. Currently, we do not have top-class players in the country, and badminton is a game where sparring is such an essential part of training. So it's very important to travel to play against top-level players.
While the uptake of the sport in the country has been good, there's still a lot of work ahead to raise the profile of badminton. It's a massive task to increase the awareness of the shuttle sport, but it hasn't stopped Uzbekistan's various badminton stakeholders from pushing their efforts forward.
I want to badminton became popular in my country because when I talk with my friends, they're asking me, what is it badminton? And it's very difficult to explain because it's very good sport, difficult sport, but they don't want to understand. And it's my little dream, badminton will be famous in my country and every can say badminton, it's a good sport.
In order to develop the sport, it does not mean just working with kids, adults and sports people. It does not mean traveling overseas. There are many schemes, but to develop the sport, you must capture every layer of the population. The Federation is doing a lot of work, together with our government, that is responsible for culture and sports.
Uzbekistan badminton may still be seeking a firm foothold in the country, but with solid plans already in place and more being mapped out, there's plenty of optimism.
My biggest wish is that the sport of badminton in Uzbekistan will be no less popular than boxing, judo, and other popular types of sports in the country. We hope that badminton keeps developing everywhere in the world, and that all the good plans work out well at the Badminton World Federation and Badminton Asia. This is so that we could all work together to achieve the common objectives and keep moving forward.
After the break, we put the spotlight on Badminton Asia Championships boys singles winner Liang Jun Hao. Six tournaments have already been completed in the 12-leg MetLife BWF World Superseries circuit, and only the top 8 singles players and doubles pairs will be invited to participate at the prestigious season-ending Dubai World Superseries finals. Let's take a look at how the men's doubles players line up in the Destination Dubai rankings at the halfway mark. Snatching the #1 spot are Li Junhui and Liu Yuchen of China. The world #1's triumph in Jakarta, as well as a quarter-final finish in Australia, saw them rise up to the summit of the standings. Hot on their heels are Indonesia's Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. Despite their early exit in Jakarta, the Indonesian combination are still a force to be reckoned with after claiming 3 of the 6 Super Series titles so far. 2 places below the Indonesians are another Chinese pair. Liu Cheng and Zhang Nan's back-to-back top 4 finishes in Indonesia and Australia saw them climb 2 places to 4th. Chinese Taipei broke into the top 8 with the combination of Li Jiehui and Li Yang in 6th. And after their valiant efforts in securing a runners-up finish in Australia, the transnational pairing of Hendra Setiawan and Tan Bun Hyung climbed an impressive 6 places to 8th. The World Super Series tournaments return this month, with the Victor Korea Open kicking off the second half of the tour, followed by Japan and then 2 stops in Europe, Denmark, then France, before China and Hong Kong round up the 12 legs. Log on to BWFWorldSuperseries.com to read all the news and information on the MetLife BWF World Superseries tournaments. The Destination Dubai rankings are updated every Thursday following a Super Series event, so check in on the site to keep up to date on the top 8 players in singles and doubles making their way to the finals in Dubai. The Badminton Asia Junior Championships is one of the high-profile competitions on the junior circuit. In July, Malaysia's Liang Jun Hao landed his biggest prize when he defeated China's Bai Yupeng in 3 intense games to claim the boys' singles crown. In doing so, the 18-year-old ended Malaysia's 4-year wait to claim gold in the event since Su Tektu's victory in 2013.
That final is a tough game, and when I won, I feel very happy because at first I didn't think to get that medal. But at last I get it, so I feel happy and proud when I get the medal.
The road to the final was not an easy one for the right-handed shuttler, who had to overcome tough Thai opponents, especially in the semi-final. Against the then World Junior #3, Kunlavut Vidasan, the Malaysian impressively came from behind to secure his place in the final. And Liang was again pushed to the distance against China's Bai Yupeng in the final.
At first, I think Bai Yupeng feel a bit nervous. Then when the first match, I think he feel nervous, then I catch the game and win it easily. Then second, when I was leading, I started to, when the deciding point, I started feel like want to fast and game the game, but at last it have some simple mistakes, so I lost the second game, and I fight the third game, fight hard, and get to win the game.
The youngsters' gold is Malaysia's first positive result since Misbun Sidek took charge as the men's singles head coach. And the former Malaysia men's singles ace believes with hard work, Liang has the potential to go far.
He has a very strong leg and a little bit this very cheeky player on the head. So if he really have the right program for him that he got, and the correct training that and then with the vision that he has in him, he can go very far. Because if he is not a champion now, he cannot go far. Because that is only you can only agak-agak. But this time, because he already champion, to beat China and to beat Thailand is not easy. But he really did it. So from there, if you want to be a very good player, he can be. But first of all, he must be very obedient to the coach, that the coach will help him, then he can become.
Fellow men's singles legend Morten Frost, who is the technical director at BAM, also thinks the youngster is one for the future, but will need time to develop.
He's a little bit of everything. He can be extremely explosive, but he doesn't always know when and how to use it. He can be a very patient player, also still have to find a way how to use that. He can play almost anything, but what I'm always saying to him when he's playing is that I want to see him playing consistently faster. The pace in his game must be higher if he wants to be a contender on senior level. So far he's playing junior badminton, he's doing it very nicely, but we still need some pace into it.
Liang knows there's still much to be done if he wants to make his mark on the international scene. And the 18-year-old faces a stern challenge ahead as he prepares to enter the senior circuit next year. The transition will be a tough one, and it is the hope that with proper guidance and support, Liang will find his initial senior experience encouraging.
I think it's quite important to put it into perspective, because the Chinese player that Jun Hao beat in Jakarta actually went on to play in New Zealand at the GP gold level, and he played Chong Wei Fong in the first round and lost quite easily, I think 10 and 11 two sets. So it just shows that there's a big gap from junior badminton to senior badminton, and this is what we're trying to do, is to bridge that gap and get them into senior badminton on a good level, and I think we have been a little bit more successful lately, bringing Li Xia into senior badminton. Hopefully we can do the same with Liang Jun Hao.
Liang's immediate challenge, though, is the upcoming BWF World Junior Championships in Yogyakarta. The last time a Malaysian boys singles player stood on top of the podium was back in 2011, when Zulfadli Zulkifli clinched gold. And as the newly crowned Asian champion, Liang enters the competition as one of the top contenders in Indonesia.
I hope it will become a new higher level maybe. I will try to do my best. I don't just follow and do my best.
I also have to say that, tomorrow is a new day. There's another tournament. I'm not saying that he is the favorite to win at the World Championship. As I say, tomorrow is a new day and we have to see what's going to happen. But of course he's one of the contenders and we're happy with that.
Tasting victory on sport's biggest stage is always on the mind of every athlete. And for Liang, it is no exception, as the young gun sets his long-term target on the highest prize.
I just hope I can do my best after this. In my dream, I hope to win the Olympic medal, gold medal.
Liang Jun Hao is determined to bring more glory to his nation. With the right attitude and hard work, this Malaysian youngster could be the future promise in men's singles for Malaysia. Let's take a look at the tournaments coming up in the next few weeks in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week, Russia's top-ranked women's doubles pair, Anastasia Chervyakova and Olga Morozova, talk to us about the highs and lows of their partnership. See you next week.